Um, so now we want to get to the meat of it and talk about what we actually do here.
I'm going to kind of cut my presentation short because I know we want to hear these guys more than you want to hear me. So I'll talk about my office really quickly. The important thing to understand is students must self-disclose. We can't drag them by the hair and throw them in the office. They have to come willingly. Also, we don't provide success. We're not a success office. Our main objective is asset. So if something's a barrier to your success, we want to remove that, and so you have asset. So also we have about 400 students who have self-disclosed. Like I said at the beginning, 55% of those 400 have a learning disability. The top two racial demographics, first is Caucasian, second is African American, and third Latino. So the first two are all big clientele. We also determine what's reasonable. So just because you come through our doors doesn't mean you get any and every type of support you want. We have to make sure it's reasonable. And what's not reasonable, for the sake of time, for learning disabilities, the most often thing that prevents me from granting your accommodation is that we cannot change the fundamental nature of your coursework, class policy, curriculums, nothing. So we have to find a way to accommodate you within the structure of NEIU. So that's the biggest challenge we have. Some of the accommodations we grant are extra time on exams. That's number one for us, for learning disability. Sign language interpreters for deaf, hard of hearing folks. Captioning. Many people mistake closed captioning just for deaf, hard of hearing individuals. We have students, not here, but in other colleges, who have a learning disability, who want closed captioning in their classroom environment. That's reasonable. We have text in alternate format. Some of our students here on this panel use that, whether they want audio book, Braille format, or, enlarged print. We provide note-taking services, another important service for learning disability individuals. The biggest thing about assistive tech, I want you guys to walk away with this. If you have a learning disability, it means only one or two neurological pathways are blocked off. No, doesn't mean nothing's working up top. It means one or two. So there's lots of other ways to work around it. And because we live in 2014, I encourage you to take advantage of assistive technology. You can find this on your iMac, iPad, or iPhone free. So if you fork up the money to purchase those equipment, they're already embedded in your iPhones and iMacs and what have you. And they can be text-to-speech, speech-to-text, and voice-over. Those are fantastic, phenomenal learning disability assistive tech. And then it goes on to George and Dragon Speaking Naturally Pro. George and Dragon, their features are both in the Macintosh. But if you don't have Macintosh and you have, let's say, PC, then you can download George and Dragon for a price. But keep in mind, there's lots of free software programs out there. So do a little bit of research or contact me. How can you get accommodations with me? Call our office. Find out how to do it. Go to our website. I make our website a one-stop shop. We have FAQs, we have forms for every possible thing you could think of. We've explained the steps clear as possible how to get accommodation. Keep in mind though, you need to have documentation. So you need to be able to prove that your disability impacts your ability to learn, and how we do that through psychological assessment. And of course, those cost money. But we have a doctor, Swedish Covenant, who charges on a sliding scale. So it's based on income. I've never had a student come back to me and say, that doctor's way too expensive for me. So contact me, we'll find a way to find affordable assessments.